You haven't. Is this the first time you've copped it?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Do you? Can we say what he said or not? What was said to you?
Oh, I don't think it's in the right manner to go into the great detail of what was said. But all I can say, was I was insulted by what he said, and it should not happen.
Do you want to jump the fence and belt him?
Now, it's not the greatest idea, but at the time, I was very close to doing that. So.
Well, and so was Buddy. He said the same thing, and you've just got to. That's the worst thing you could do to react physically, isn't it?
I definitely can't retaliate to violence.
Well, particularly to supporters. Tell us about your history. How long have you been in this country?
I've been here for 8.5 years now.
8.5 years to develop an Aussie accent like that.
I don't know where it's come from.
And where did you come from?
I came from Sudan. I came in 2003.
What do you remember about Sudan?
What do I remember? I remember I was 9, had a big family in Sudan. Don't remember much because I was only little when I left. But I was born there. I've still got uncles and aunts and cousins living in Sudan. But yeah.
Why did your family leave?
Sudan's been in civil war with itself for about 21 years or so. Then Mum and Dad thought it'd be a good idea to leave the country. They didn't want us to experience any of the war before it starts getting serious. Because at the time you hear about it. We had friends with their dads were in the army and have passed away. We heard stories like that. So I think Mum and Dad just didn't want us to face any of that drama.
I was going to say you must have. I've heard that the war in the country is so widespread that everybody's lost friends or relatives. So you've certainly lost friends and relatives in that situation.
Yeah, definitely. I've lost a couple of cousins who've been in the war. It was compulsory back then. After you finish uni, you had to you had 1 year service in the army. So I think it was compulsory. No.
So you would have been in the army.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That's not a good thing. So your parents decided to come to Australia, and you settled here. How's it been? One of the things that encouraged me is you had this idiot having a go at you, and that was unusual. You haven't copped racial abuse, racial problems since you've been in the country?
No, I haven't really. Since I've come here, Australian society has been very welcoming to me and my family, and I think I fitted in so well that it was kind of a shock to me that it happened. But I suppose it's only the minorities, and I guess sometimes in our lives we've got to face adversaries to be better people. So it's only a minor thing. I hope it doesn't happen again. So.
Have you talked to your parents about it?
Oh yeah, I definitely have. Mum and Dad have been very supportive. They told me we've experienced tougher thing than just racism. So it's only a hiccup, but I suppose.
Isn't that interesting that they've experienced tougher things than racism? They mean the sort of violence they've had to live with in Sudan. Yeah.
I think in their lives they would have seen terrible things that I don't think they've spoken to me about, but I get the sense that they have, and they sort of look at it, and they say it's we've only been in this country for 8 years, so so many greater things have happened in that incident.
So they get angry about it? I mean, or hurt?
They were sort of worried about me more than anything, and I was feeling pretty down last couple of days, but with the support I've had from the football club and both football clubs and the VFL have been tremendous, and my friends and everyone's supported me really well.
Can you explain this to me? Because I remember talking to Nicky Winmar after this incident, and I've seen a lot of him since. And him explaining why it was so important and so hurtful. But when you say that you've felt down for a couple of days over it, that's really important, because most of us, particularly white people, if you get a bit of abuse from somebody, you say, you bloody idiot, and you move on. Now, you've had that abuse. You know that bloke was an idiot, but it still affected you. Do you know? Can you work out why? It's a hard one. I
think it's pretty hard because I felt like I felt isolated from everyone else. Sort of it made me feel really small. I guess I can't dwell on what he said. No. I've just got to move on. I've come out, did a bit of media yesterday, and I wanted to come out and spoke to the club. I just wanted to come out and tell everyone, it happened, but we've got to move on. But it's not acceptable.
It's not, but it made you feel small and isolated. You know you're not isolated because all your teammates would have been with you.
Yeah,
and the whole club was with you.
Yeah. At halftime, everyone came up to me, and said, "We're right. We're behind you, and we're going to give you the support you need." So I think from that sense, it made me feel better. But I guess there's so much they can do. They can't emphasise what I'm feeling in a way.
That's what I'm trying to get at. How do you explain how you feel? You feel that it's made you an outsider, is that it? That there's this bloke saying, this idiot, I repeat, is saying you're an outsider or you're somehow different. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know, for about 20 minutes of the game, I just didn't be out there. Didn't
feel you belonged there?
No.
You do, you know that.
Obviously now I do, but at that time I didn't. So,
which is really annoying, isn't it? Because that bloke's had the impact that he shouldn't have.
I should have not let it get to me. I think we can speak about this all day, but all we've got to do is just move on, pretty much.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think move on, but it's also sending a message out to people who might do that. I don't know if you reach them, but sending a message to them that this is more important than just words, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did you get into footy?
How did I get into footy? Oh, interesting question.
And we're off the nasty topic.
It's just friends from school when I went just playing at lunchtime and that in the footy oval. They just thought it might be a good idea to invite me down to come to their local footy club.
How tall are you?
I'm 196.
Yeah, that's why they thought it was a good idea. And you can play. What school did you go to?
I went to school in East Keilor.
And what are you doing now? Just full-time footy?
Just full-time footy, doing a bit of work with Heath at the club. Because I want to be a broadcast journalist.
Do you really?
Once footy finish, yeah.
What do you want to do that for?
I don't know. You enjoy what you do, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's good fun. It is good fun. What do you want to do? Do you want to work in
I want to work in sport, yeah.
Calling footy or something. Maybe we can get you a trial. Get you a trial with Brian Taylor and the boys. Are you still studying or not? You've finished studying?
I finished year 12 and pretty much got
Oh, you're too
drafted.
Smart to call football if you finished year 12.
Pretty much got drafted straight away. But no, I want to go to uni, but I think speaking to Heath past couple of months, and he said it might be a good idea to just get a bit of working experience to see if I'm still interested in the field.
Oh, that's a good idea, and seriously, we'll have a talk to you about that. But you can also you can do uni part time and that sort of thing. Do a subject here and there. It can be good fun. Look, I wish you well with your career. You're still on the rookie list. What do you reckon?
Oh, it's last 12 months have been a big step up for me. Coming to the club last year, couldn't even get out into training track. But now I'm playing the VFL. Played 10 games so far, which I think that's how many games I played last year. I just hope to play consistently in the VFL, and if the opportunity arises to get elevated, I'll certainly grab it with both hands, and if it would be good to get a game.
Well, your coach says you've made extraordinary strides in a short time, and that's all you can do, isn't it? Really, you can focus on that improvement, and when you stop improving, who knows?
I just can't get ahead of myself. I just got to take smaller steps at the moment. So.
Yeah. Well, look, I hope you don't cop this anymore. But I guess having copped it once, you sort of you build up a shield to it. But you cope with it, don't you? You haven't got an option.
No.
But I hope there's not too many people like that out there. And as you say, you've been here 8 years and you've found a pretty decent country. I think it usually is.
Oh, definitely.
Despite some idiots. Well, good luck. You committed to North. You wouldn't like a game down at Melbourne, would you?
No, I'd like to be a team player.
We could do with a... No. All right, thanks very much for coming in, and good luck with it. And I hope that just a little chat like this helps to change the world a bit. You never know.
No worries. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for having me in.
You don't want to do an audition here as a footy caller, do you?
What do you reckon, Heath?
What do you reckon, Heath? Yeah, go for it. Righto.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
you give us a phantom call of something.
What do you want to say?
Well, why don't you call yourself kicking the winning goal in it? No, I don't know. Just give us a little passage of play.
A little passage of play.
Righto, here we are. 3AW is football.
All right, Brent Harvey, handballs to Daniel Wells. Daniel Wells running down the wing. Passes to big Drew Petrie. Drew Petrie takes a big clanger.
What a clanger.
Now he's walking back, taking 10 steps, going through his routine. Big Drew Petrie kicks a goal for North Melbourne, wins the grand final.
Well, you got pretty fired up about that. Good on you. You got to start somewhere, and all the best. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Good luck with your career.
No worries. Thanks, Neil.
Majak Daw from the North Melbourne Footy Club, and who knows, the next Brian Taylor.